Right. So hello everyone. My name is Jitendra Kansal. I'm product manager at SAP, and in today's session I will talk about how to build multi-channel solution using MDK mobile development kit. So this is our legal disclaimer. So if I talk about anything about future development, so those are subject to change. And I'll keep my presentation short and more focus on the demo. So I'll start with the Mdk overview. So what is Mdk in case there's someone who's not aware of Mdk. And then we recently introduced Mdk Web Runtime in our Mdk portfolio to extend Mdk capability from mobile to web. So we also support web. And then I'll cover the whole flow of developing mobile and web application in the demo. And then if there's any questions, and I can happy to answer at the end of my session. So what is MDK? MDK stands for Mobile Development Kit. It's a feature of SAP Cloud Platform mobile services, which allow you to build multi-channel applications. It's based on a metadata-driven model. That means you define your application in the metadata. So here metadata is like plain JSON. So you define your application, the pages, the actions, or business logic. Right. So to develop this MDK application, we provide you various options. So if you are a Cloud Foundry environment, so we have MDK editor in Business Application Studio. In new environment, we have extension SAP Web IDE. And for professional developers, we also provide an extension in the Visual Studio Code, so you can develop, build MDK application locally. The benefit of developing MDK app in BAS and Web IDE is there are visual editors, project templates to get started quickly. And here, what you see in the screenshot, this is what you see, what you get like editor. So you can drag and drop the controls on the page, and then you can easily build the UI, and also there also visual editor, so you can create actions and write the logic in your applications. And once you develop your application, then you can deploy this application to the cloud and then access it from the MDK client. We provide the client for both iOS and Android. And we have recently extended MDK to web, so you can also access the same metadata from the web browser. The user experience on the both platform, mobile and web, is Fiori. So on mobile, we have Fiori for iOS on iOS devices, and for Android, we have Fiori for Android. So you will have the consistent user experience irrespective of where you access the application from. MDK provides the extension capabilities, so you can easily extend application like SAP Asset Manager using MDK. And one of the main benefit of MDK is it's improved the life cycle of your application. So to avoid the full life cycle of your application, you can basically make a change in your application, and you can deploy the change to the cloud platform, and those changes will get pushed to the user right away. So we will see in a demo how it works. Let me also quickly touch upon the mobile client. These are the native clients, and the metadata, what you define for your MDK applications, that will translate it into the native UI. So what you see here in the screenshot, those are the native controls built on our native SDKs. For mobile client, there are various options. So we provide client in App Store. So this is helpful for the initial development and also demo purposes. So you can download the client from the App Store, and then you can quickly scan the QR code and then access the application. You can also brand your client using your company logo, company name, and many other additional extensions that are needed for your requirement. So that's also possible. As I said, for mobile, we have both online and offline support. And so as I said, we recently introduced Mdk Web Runtime. And the idea here is this Mdk Web Runtime is a complement to our mobile client. That means you can have the same metadata or same code base, and you can run on both mobile and also on the web in the web browser. And the main intention of this Mdk Web Runtime for the desktop consumption. So the requirement from the customer that we have seen, or we have been asked, like if they want to give both experience to their end users. So if if end users are remotely working and are in the field with having limited or no connectivity, they can use mobile applications, and they can also enable offline, so they don't need to worry about the connection at all. And once they are done with their job, they can make changes to the backend once they have better connectivity. And for their back office colleagues or end users who most of the time work on the desktop, so they can access the data or application from their desktop in the browser, right? So MDK Web Runtime support online for both OData V2 and V4. We don't yet support offline, but this is something we are looking into the future. But yeah, as of right now, it supports only online use case. As part of the MDK Web Runtime, what we have done is we have enhanced a function called platform, which allow you to do different things on different platform. So if you see this, the syntax for the PLD, iOS, Android, and web. So that means you can do different things. So you can have a different event on different platform, or you can have a different caption that you want to display on across different platforms. So that is possible with this platform metadata function. I have one more slide before I go to demo, and this is architectural diagram. So I as a developer or business developer, I can go to this design time environment in Business Application Studio Web IDE, create MDK application. And then to access this application from the mobile, I can deploy to the mobile services, and which then can be accessed from the mobile client. And for the web application, I can deploy it to the HTML file repository on the cloud platform, which can then access by the end user as a web application. Right? And from the connectivity wise, it supports both on-prem data sources or cloud data sources. Right, so let me show the demo quickly to see how all this thing work together. Okay, so I think the session is expired, so let me quickly refresh. So I'm here in the mobile service cockpit, and this is the admin administration console or administration cockpit for the mobile services. And this is where I have already created this application, and this is the server-side configurations, and I have added the connectivity which point to the sample backend, which is part of the mobile services. And then I have added the server side offline so that I can access the application in offline mode on the mobile devices. And then I have also added this mobile app update feature, which will take care of the life cycle of the application. And so this is for the mobile part, and for the web part, I have created a destination in the cloud platform. Okay, this is not the right cockpit that I'm supposed to be. Yeah, it's here. So I have created the same destination in the cloud platform cockpit, so I can access it for this. This will be used for accessing the data source for the web application, right? The next thing I have to do is I go to the Business Application Studio, and then I have created a dev space with Cloud Platform Mobile Services, and then I can start creating my MDK application. Right. So I have various options to start with. So I can go to the project from template here. We provide a template for the MDK project, and and then I can select the template type CRUD. So this the project will have all the create, read, update, delete functionality. I can just give it a name, SID ISC demo, and this is the configuration. And here I can select the OData source and mobile services. And as I mentioned, I have already created this application here, which I will reference in while creating the project. And I select the destination pointing to the sample backend. And here I can select whether I want offline or online. So for the mobile, it will be treated as offline. For the web, it will be treated as online. and then I can select some collection in my application. So, and this also will be offline in the mobile device, right? So project has been created, and then what I can do is I can just quickly deploy this project to, so here we provide three options. So for this demo, I will select mobile and cloud because I want to show how the same metadata run on mobile and in the web browser. So here in the application.app file, which is the main configuration file. So if you see here, the deployment is already done for the mobile, and it says currently using number 1 because this is first time we are deploying this project to the application on mobile services, right? So I was talking about this application.app. This is the main configuration of the MDK project, which says, okay, the main page. So when app is launched very first time, it will initialize the offline. And this is applicable for the mobile, but it will treat it as online on the web browser. And this will be the main page. So if I go here, I can jump start and open it in the layout editor. And here I will have this 4 section buttons, and then there are event associated with this. So let me quickly scan this QR code to show how it looks like. So what I have done on mobile devices, you should see my screen now. Yeah. So what I have done is I have downloaded this public stock client SAP mobile services on my iOS device, and then I can just quickly scan this barcode and then log in with my credentials to access the application. So I'm right away doing this one. Right, and then I can also set a passcode and the biometric authentication for extra security. And so what is happening now is the mobile client is checking with the mobile services if there is update available. Since we deployed this project already and there's an update available, I can quickly update the application. And this is what we already have. So what is happening now is the application is now initializing the offline store, and it has downloaded all the data that I have defined during the project creation. So I can now access the customer, for example, here, and this is the native applications, and the controls here are the native controls. So for example, if I go to this customer and then added this customer, and this is the date picker control from our iOS SDK, and then I can make a change in it, and this works in offline mode. And similarly, this also, let me open this URL, which basically the web URL for the same application, and this is the MDK web application, and these are the UI5 web components controls. And here, for example, if I go and then update the same customer, this is the date picker controls coming from the UI5 web components, right? And this will similarly look like on Android. So I'm just trying to cast my Android device to my Mac. Let's see if I can. Yeah, okay. So let's see if so I have already onboarded my application to this client, and let me relaunch this. Right, this the same application will, I was hoping that it will update. Let me try one more time. Right, so again, here in the Android, this is, I think this point to the different application. So sorry about this. Yeah, so I think I have to re-onboard on the Android, but this is how it is, like with the same metadata which now run natively on the mobile, and also in offline mode, and the same runs on the web, and I can access in the both depending on the use case, right? And the next thing I want to do, I'm not sure how much time I have. Maybe I can just quickly show a change, make a change in the application, and then deploy the change to. So, for example, this product section button, maybe I can delete from here, but instead of displaying the list, I can display as a toolbar item. So I can drag and drop the toolbar and to the page and give it a name like products. And then I can bind it to the event so that it will open the product list. And then once I made the changes, I can deploy the changes to the both the platform, mobile and cloud, and you will see the change right away. This is what the life cycle I was talking about in my slides. So the mobile deployment to the mobile is already done. So I can now switch to my device to see to show the changes. Okay, let me relaunch my application. Right. And you see this product is now on the toolbar item. So this is what the app update and feature of the mobile services is helpful in the MDK application. And therefore, this will also reflect on the web. So I can just refresh the page and I should see the changes right away. Right. And what I have last thing to talk about this MDK web runtime. So I can also run this application from the Theory Launchpad. So what I can do is I have already set up all the uh, groups and the tiles. It just I'm gonna replace the URL. Right. So this is just for demo, and here I have a tile, and if I click on this tile, then I can access the same application. So that I was accessing as a separate URL. So this will show like how you can integrate this MDK web application in the free Launchpad. This can also be embedded in the SAP work zone easily, right? And to learn more about mobile services and MDK, I would suggest that you bookmark this URL developers.sap.com/mobile. And this is where you will find all the latest documentation and the information about the tutorials, videos um, to get us started with. Yes, so I'm also providing the links in my slide. I will share the slide later on, so you can also access all the related references. And this is our latest blog on the MDK client 5.1 release that we released yesterday. So you may check that all the latest announcement.